Zig Ziglar was one of my favorite professional public speakers, and two reasons why. Number one is that I don't know him personally, but as far as I know, his professional stage life, what he spoke and what he wrote about, it matched his personal life. He was congruent with his actions and his words. And the second part is that he was very strong with sharing about his own personal faith in Jesus. And so because of those two reasons, I was very attracted to what he had to share as his message, but also his mindset, his philosophy. And I was first exposed to Zig Ziglar when I was a teenager. My father was a professor, and he was also involved in direct selling with Shackley at the time, and he had earned a car bonus, and we were on a road trip. We were traveling from Michigan down to New Orleans during the summertime, and we were listening to rock and roll, my two brothers and I that were with him, and my dad, but he would negotiate in, he had to have his time where he was going to be listening to audio programs that he wanted to listen to, and I distinctly remember Zig Ziglar. I'm like, that's kind of a funny name, but his voice is very distinct, and he'd go on about his stories about priming the pump and stinking thinking and getting a checkup for the neck up and all that. And it made an impression on me, even as a young teenager. And later on, when I was a senior in high school, my mother was doing a sales course, and she had the book, See You at the Top. And she had finished reading it, and I remember picking up the book and I started reading it. And if you are familiar with Zig Ziglar, you know that at the beginning, or in his book, he talks about waking up in the morning and beginning your day with the right attitude. And so here I am, a senior in high school. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, today's a great day. And at first your reaction is like, this is kind of goofy. And it gets you in a mood, and it gets you on an enthusiasm in the morning, first thing. And so sure enough, it impacted people. I remember going to class, and one of my classmates, she goes, hey, how are you? And she just responds like, oh, great. And it just matched my enthusiasm. Like, wow, this really affects people. Well, later on in life, it was probably the toughest time that I've gone through. And I thought about it, and I'm like, you know, I need something really that's going to help me during this dark period of my life here right now. And so I thought about Zig Ziglar. Yeah. And so I got up to See at the Top, and he's got all these other books that I wasn't familiar with. Sure, I've been familiar with his sales training, but I started digging in. Well, I developed for myself a little mantra that I would say to myself. It would immediately change my state. And I have it to this day, and this is probably going back 8 years. And here it is on a little note card I kept in my wallet, and I distinctly remember reading this, like I'd be at a red light or whatever, I'd pull this out and I'd read it, and boom, I would feel better. So I'm going to read it to you. So, I, Duane Faitel, am let me start over. I, Duane Faitel, am an honest, intelligent, responsible, organized, goal-setting, committed individual whose priorities are firmly in place. I am focused, disciplined, enthusiastic, positive thinking, decisive extra-miler who is competent, energized, self-starting, team player, determined to develop and use all of these leadership qualities in my personal, family, and business life. These are the qualities of the winner I was born to be. Hope that inspires you today, and make it a great day.